When you picture a library, you probably think of these quiet, dusty aisles filled with old books. But today, we're going to pull back the curtain and show you what's really going on. It's a dynamic, super high-tech world of services you might not even know exist. So let me just ask you this. With all the books, all of the databases, all the resources a library has, what do you think is its single most powerful service? Really think about it. The answer is probably not what you expect. Turns out it's the direct one-on-one personal help you get from a librarian. Yeah, that human connection, the person who helps you navigate this crazy sea of information, that's the core of everything. It's a concept called reference service. And hey, this isn't some new idea. The father of library science in India, Dr. S.R. Ranganathan, he nailed it decades ago. It's all about that personal touch, having an expert guide who connects you, the reader, with the exact piece of knowledge you're hunting for. Okay, so how does this personal help actually work? Well, it pretty much boils down to two fundamental approaches. Libraries can either react to what you ask for, or they can proactively try to figure out what you're going to need. Let's break that down. On the one hand, you've got responsive services. This is what you'd expect, right? You walk up to the desk, you send an email, you have a specific question, and they help you. But on the other hand, you have anticipatory services. This is where the library is actively pushing information out to you that it thinks you'll find useful, sometimes before you even know you need it. Responsive services are probably the ones you've used before. Ever asked a librarian for a book recommendation? That's Reader's Advisory. Ever needed a book that your library didn't have, so they got it from another one? That's an interlibrary loan. It's all help that's given on demand. Now, this is where it gets really cool and proactive. Anticipatory services are all about keeping you ahead of the game. For instance, libraries offer something called Current Awareness Services, or CAS, which are like general newsletters about new stuff. But for a more personal touch, there's Selective Dissemination of Information, SDI. This is a super tailored service that literally feeds you the latest articles and research in your specific field of interest. You're always in the loop. Now, if we dive a little deeper into that on-demand help, you can split it into two flavors. First, there's Ready Reference. This is for your quick, factual questions. Think, what's the capital of Montana? It takes like a minute to answer. Then you've got Long-Range Reference. This is the deep dive, complex research that could take hours or even days, digging through tons of different sources. So why did libraries have to build out all these complex services anyway? Well, it's because they were hit with a single massive challenge, the information explosion. Just an overwhelming, unbelievable tidal wave of new information. Think about it. The old school manual ways of organizing knowledge, they just broke. They completely buckled under the pressure. With so much new stuff being published every single day, the old systems just couldn't keep up. A totally new approach was needed. And that, right there, brings us to the modern library's digital toolkit. This is where technology came in and completely revolutionized how we find and use information. Some of you might actually remember these things. The card catalog. It was this massive piece of furniture, right? Filled with thousands of tiny cards. If you wanted to find a book, you had to physically be in the library, flipping through all those little drawers. And today, all of that has been replaced by the Web OPAC. That's the online public access catalog. It holds millions of records, not thousands. And the best part? You can search the entire library's collection from your phone, from your couch, from anywhere on Earth. So, the modern library's front door, it's not made of wood and glass anymore. It's a web portal. This is your one-stop shop, your gateway to absolutely everything the library offers online, from the catalog and databases to signing up for a coding class. And get this, libraries have basically become digital publishers themselves. Through something called institutional repositories, or IRs, they collect, save, and share all the research coming out of their university or organization. They're making that knowledge available to the whole world. When it comes right down to it, the modern library's collection is this huge universe of digital stuff. We are talking ebooks, audiobooks, streaming movies, and these incredibly powerful academic databases that unlock millions of articles. All of it, just with your library card. So what does all this digital transformation really mean for you and me? Well, it all boils down to one huge benefit, being able to access the library from anywhere at any time. With mobile apps, you can literally put the entire library right in your pocket. You can browse the catalog while you're on the bus, download an ebook while waiting in line, renew a loan, get a ping that your hold is ready. It's all right there. Now, the invisible engine powering all of this amazing stuff is cloud computing. And don't let the buzzword scare you. It just means the library's data and software are stored safely on the internet, not on some single computer sitting in the library's basement. And they use it for pretty much everything. The cloud is what hosts the website you browse. It's what stores those terabytes of ebooks and videos. It runs the software that checks books in and out, and it's what lets different libraries connect and share the resources with each other. It's the whole shebang. So when you put all these pieces together, you start to see this incredible evolution. The library has really moved so far beyond just being a building with bookshelves. Here's the big takeaway. The library has fundamentally shifted from being a static place you have to go to being a dynamic, living service that actively comes to you, wherever you happen to be. And that kind of leaves us with one final big idea to chew on. In this age where we're just drowning in data, maybe the library's greatest service isn't just about providing answers anymore. Maybe, just maybe, it's about helping all of us learn how to ask better, smarter questions in the first place.